Here are Grandma's 40-plus oddly useful life hacks you'll wish you learned earlier. Brighten whites with lemon juice. Grandma had a knack for simple, natural solutions, and lemon juice was her secret to keeping whites bright. The citric acid in lemons acts as a natural bleaching agent, effectively removing stains and dullness. Squeeze the juice of one lemon into a bucket of warm water and soak white clothes for 30 minutes. For tough stains, rub lemon juice directly onto the fabric and leave it in the sun to enhance its whitening effect. Rinse thoroughly and dry as usual. This hack not only restores brightness, but also avoids harsh chemicals. Petroleum jelly for baby rash. Petroleum jelly is a reliable solution for soothing and protecting baby rashes. Its thick, moisture-locking barrier shields delicate skin from irritation while promoting healing. Start by gently cleaning the affected area with warm water and mild soap, then pat it completely dry. Apply a thin layer of petroleum jelly to the rash, ensuring even coverage. Its protective layer reduces chafing and prevents further irritation. Chicken soup for colds. Chicken soup isn't just comforting. It's a grandma-approved remedy for colds. Studies show that the steam from the soup helps clear nasal congestion, while its nutrients support immune function. Simmer chicken with vegetables like carrots, celery, and onions to create a nourishing broth. Add garlic or herbs like thyme for added benefits. Sipping the warm soup soothes a sore throat and replenishes fluids. Grandma's wisdom proves that a homemade bowl of chicken soup is both heartwarming and healing. Clean a clouded glass vase with raw rice. Raw rice is a simple yet effective way to clean a cloudy glass vase. Its abrasive texture scrubs away residue from hard-to-reach areas. Add a handful of uncooked rice, warm water, and a drop of dish soap to the vase. Swirl the mixture around vigorously, allowing the rice to dislodge buildup. Rinse thoroughly and dry the vase for a sparkling finish. Pre-chill your bowl for perfect whipped cream. Pre-chilling your bowl is a game changer for achieving perfect whipped cream. Cold temperatures help cream whip faster and hold its peaks longer. Place your mixing bowl and beaters in the freezer for 10 to 15 minutes before whipping. Add chilled heavy cream, sugar, and any desired flavorings, then whip until stiff peaks form. The result is airy, stable whipped cream, ideal for topping desserts. Save takeout sauce containers. Those small sauce containers from takeout orders are perfect for repurposing. Use them to store spices, condiments, or salad dressings for packed lunches or picnics. Wash the containers thoroughly, ensuring they're free of any leftover residue. They're also great for portioning sauces when meal prepping or organizing craft supplies like beads or pins. Keep a stash handy for versatile and convenient storage solutions. Add umami on broth with shiitake mushrooms. Shiitake mushrooms are an easy way to boost the umami flavor in broths. Their natural glutamates enhance the savory depth of soups and stews. Add dried or fresh shiitake mushrooms to simmering broth and let them infuse for at least 15 minutes. For extra richness, chop the mushrooms finely to release more flavor. Strain or leave them in the dish for texture. Clean up egg spills with salt. Spilled raw egg is notoriously tricky to clean, but salt makes the job easy. Sprinkle a generous layer of salt over the spill to absorb moisture and thicken the mess. Let it sit for a few minutes until it forms a paste-like consistency. Use a paper towel or cloth to wipe it up effortlessly. The salt absorbs both the liquid and the sticky proteins, leaving the surface clean. Cook sweeter corn by leaving the silk on. Did you know that leaving the silk on corn enhances its natural sweetness during cooking? The silk traps moisture, steaming the kernels from within and preserving their flavor. Place unpeeled ears of corn directly in boiling water, on the grill, or in the oven. Cook for 10 to 15 minutes, then remove the husks and silk easily while still warm. The result is tender, juicy corn with intensified sweetness. Relieve bug bites with baking soda paste. Baking soda paste is a quick and effective remedy for bug bites. Its alkaline properties neutralize the skin's acidity, reducing itching and swelling. Mix 1 tablespoon of baking soda with enough water to form a paste, then apply it directly to the bite. Let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes before rinsing with cool water. Reapply as needed for relief. Use ice cubes to remove carpet dents. Ice cubes are a simple solution for lifting carpet dents caused by heavy furniture. Place a cube directly on the dent and let it melt completely. The water rehydrates the carpet fibers, helping them return to their original shape. After the area dries slightly, fluff the fibers with a spoon or your fingers. This method works best on dense carpets and doesn't require any special tools. Buy tomatoes with stalks still on. Tomatoes with their stalks attached stay fresher longer. The stalks help seal the fruit and reduce moisture loss, preserving texture and flavor. When shopping, Grandma advised to choose tomatoes with bright green, firm stalks and avoid those with shriveled or missing stems. Store them at room temperature, stem side down, for optimal freshness. This small detail ensures you get the best quality tomatoes, whether you're using them in salads, sauces, or sandwiches. Use eggshells to sharpen blender blades. Eggshells can naturally sharpen your blender blades. Crush a few clean, dry eggshells and add them to your blender along with a small amount of water. Blend on high for a minute, allowing the shells to hone the blades. Rinse thoroughly to remove any residue. This method keeps your blades sharp, making blending more efficient. Store mushrooms in a paper bag. A paper bag is the best way to store mushrooms and extend their shelf life. The bag absorbs excess moisture while allowing air circulation, preventing sliminess and decay. Place the mushrooms in a bag, fold the top, and store them in the refrigerator's crisper drawer. Avoid using plastic containers, which trap moisture and accelerate spoilage. Proper storage preserves the mushroom's flavor and texture, ensuring they're ready for cooking whenever needed, whether in soups, stir-fries, or sauces. Add a dash of milk when cooking rice. Did you know that a splash of milk can make rice creamier and more flavorful? As the rice cooks, the milk adds a subtle richness and enhances the texture. Replace part of the cooking water with milk or add it near the end of cooking. Stir gently to prevent sticking. This trick works well for dishes like risottos, rice puddings, or pilafs, elevating simple recipes to a more indulgent level. More butter, the better. Butter isn't just for flavor. It enhances texture and richness in cooking. Adding extra butter to baked goods such as cookies or cakes results in softer, moister textures. For pan frying, butter creates a golden crust while infusing dishes with a creamy taste. Melted butter can even elevate simple vegetables or pasta dishes. Butter can also make sauces velvety when added at the end, enhancing their texture and richness. Always use high-quality, non-salted butter for the best results. Revive linens with tea staining. Tea staining is a clever way to refresh old linens or disguise stains. Brew a strong pot of black tea and let it cool. Submerge the fabric completely, ensuring even coverage, and let it soak for 15 to 30 minutes, depending on the desired shade. Rinse and hang to dry. This technique adds a warm, vintage look to tablecloths, napkins, or pillowcases. Clean cast iron pans with salt. Salt is the ideal abrasive for cleaning cast iron without damaging its seasoning. Sprinkle coarse salt onto the pan and scrub with a damp cloth or sponge to remove food residue. Rinse with warm water and dry thoroughly. For stubborn bits, heat the pan slightly before scrubbing. Avoid soap, which strips seasoning. Always add fiber to your meals. Boosting your meals with fiber improves digestion and keeps you full longer. Add chia seeds, flax seeds, or oats to smoothies, yogurt, or baked goods. Stir shredded vegetables like carrots or zucchini into sauces, soups, or casseroles for a subtle fiber increase. Beans, lentils, or whole grains are also great options for hearty dishes. Incorporating fiber regularly supports overall health and makes meals more satisfying. Small additions add up to big benefits in both taste and nutrition. The perfect way to crack an egg. Cracking an egg cleanly avoids mess and ensures no shells get into your dish. Tap the egg firmly on a flat surface instead of an edge to create an even crack. Gently pull the halves apart over a bowl, letting the contents drop smoothly. For baking, crack eggs into a separate dish first to check for shells or impurities. Prolong the life of razor blades. Your razor blades can last longer with a simple hack involving blue jeans. Lay a pair of jeans flat on a hard surface and swipe the razor across the fabric opposite to the cutting direction about 10 to 15 times. The denim's fibers realign and slightly sharpen the blade edges, extending its usability. Perform this regularly to keep your razor sharp, ensuring a smoother and more effective shave. Shine and protect wood with shoe polish. Shoe polish isn't just for shoes. It's a great way to shine and protect wood furniture. Choose a neutral or color-matching polish and apply a small amount with a soft cloth, rubbing it into the surface in circular motions. Buff the wood with a clean cloth to enhance its shine. The polish forms a protective barrier against moisture and scratches, revitalizing dull finishes. Clean burnt surfaces with salt. Salt is a natural and effective way to clean burnt pots or pans. Sprinkle a generous layer of coarse salt over the burnt area and add enough water to create a paste. Let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes to loosen residue. Scrub with a sponge or cloth, then rinse thoroughly. The salt's abrasiveness lifts stuck-on food without harsh chemicals. Remove ink stains with milk. Milk is a surprising but time-tested solution by grandmas for removing ink stains from fabrics. Soak the stained area in a bowl of milk for several hours, or overnight. The lactic acid in the milk helps break down the ink, lifting it from the fibers. After soaking, wash the fabric as usual to remove any residue. Make breadcrumbs in a snap. Transform stale bread into fresh breadcrumbs with ease. The science lies in breaking down the bread structure for even consistency. Tear bread into small pieces and pulse in a food processor until desired texture is reached. For crispier breadcrumbs, lightly toast the bread before processing. Store them in an airtight container or freeze for extended shelf life. Use these versatile crumbs to coat meats, top casseroles, or mix into meatballs for added texture and flavor. Ease constipation with castor oil. Castor oil is a powerful natural laxative. Its effectiveness comes from ricinoleic acid, which stimulates intestinal muscles and speeds up waste movement. To use, take 1 to 2 teaspoons of castor oil on an empty stomach. Follow with a glass of water or juice to mask the taste. Expect relief within 2 to 6 hours. Use this method sparingly, as overuse can irritate the digestive system. If needed, try adding it to warm tea for easier consumption. Keep garlic fresh with salt. Keeping garlic fresh is simple. With the help of salt, salt acts as a natural desiccant, drawing out moisture and preventing mold or sprouting. Store unpeeled garlic cloves in an airtight container, layering them with coarse salt. Place the container in a cool, dry location for the best preservation. When ready to use, remove a clove, brush off the salt, and proceed. For added freshness, check the cloves regularly and discard any that show signs of softening. Clean jewelry with aluminum foil. Tarnished jewelry can be restored using aluminum foil and baking soda. The process involves an ion exchange that lifts tarnish from metal surfaces. Line a bowl with foil, shiny side up, and add a tablespoon of baking soda and hot water. Submerge your jewelry, ensuring contact with the foil, and let it soak for 5 minutes. Rinse and pat dry with a soft cloth. Relieve headache with a grain of rice. Acupressure is a practical way to manage tension headaches. Placing a grain of rice on the temple stimulates pressure points, promoting relaxation and improved blood flow. Tape the rice securely to the temple using a bandage or adhesive tape. Apply gentle pressure for 1 to 2 minutes by pressing lightly on the grain. For added relaxation, try massaging the temples in circular motions while applying pressure. Use bay leaves to repel insects. Bay leaves are a natural insect repellent due to their strong aroma and essential oils, which deter pests. Place a few dried bay leaves in cupboards, pantries, or near windows to keep bugs like ants and weevils away. Replace the leaves every few weeks to maintain their potency. For an extra boost, crush the leaves slightly to release more scent. Cloves and camphor to clean your mattress. Cloves and camphor are effective for freshening and disinfecting mattresses. Clove oil's antifungal properties and camphor's ability to repel insects make them a powerful combination. Dissolve camphor and clove oil in water, spray lightly, and let dry. Stretch your sponge supply. Extending the life of kitchen sponges is simple with a few tricks. Sponges harbor bacteria, but regular cleaning can prevent this. After each use, rinse thoroughly and microwave the damp sponge for 1 minute to kill germs. Alternatively, soak it in a vinegar water solution overnight. Rotate sponges between uses and air dry completely to avoid mildew. By maintaining hygiene and proper care, you'll reduce waste and save money on replacements. Dust more efficiently with a damp cloth. A damp cloth is the key to efficient dusting. Its slight moisture traps dust particles instead of spreading them into the air. Lightly dampen a microfiber or soft cloth with water or a mild cleaner. Wring out excess liquid to prevent streaks and wipe surfaces in even strokes. Rinse and re-dampen as needed for larger areas. Deodorize pillows under the sun. The sun's UV rays act as a natural deodorizer and antibacterial agent for pillows. Place pillows in direct sunlight for a few hours, flipping them halfway through for even exposure. The heat kills bacteria, evaporates moisture, and neutralizes odors trapped inside. For added freshness, sprinkle baking soda on the pillows before sunning, then shake it off afterward. This simple technique revives your pillows, leaving them fresher and more hygienic without using chemical sprays. Clean a greasy container with paper towel. Plastic containers can trap grease, but this method makes cleaning easy. Place a few drops of dish soap and warm water inside the container, then add a crumpled paper towel. Let it soak for several minutes to loosen the grease. After soaking, close the lid and shake the container vigorously. The paper towel absorbs the grease, making it easier to rinse off. Discard the towel and wash as usual. Get a flakier pie crust with vodka. For an irresistibly flaky pie crust, use vodka in place of some water. Vodka's alcohol content inhibits gluten formation, keeping the dough tender. Mix your crust ingredients as usual, substituting half the water with chilled vodka. Roll out the dough carefully, as it may be slightly stickier. Once baked, the alcohol evaporates, leaving no flavor behind, just perfectly layered, crisp crust. Store nuts airtight in the freezer. Nuts can go rancid quickly due to their high oil content, but freezing extends their shelf life. Place nuts in an airtight container or resealable bag, removing as much air as possible. Store in the freezer for up to a year without losing flavor or texture. When needed, take out only what you'll use to prevent repeated thawing. Turn leftover coffee into ice cubes. Don't throw away leftover coffee. Freeze it into ice cubes for future use. Pour the cooled coffee into an ice cube tray and freeze until solid. These cubes are perfect for chilling iced coffee without diluting the flavor. They can also be added to smoothies or used in recipes requiring a coffee kick. Freeze herbs in olive oil. Preserve fresh herbs by freezing them in olive oil. The oil protects the herbs from freezer burn and locks in their flavor. Chop herbs like parsley, basil, or thyme and place them in an ice cube tray. Fill each compartment with olive oil, covering the herbs completely, then freeze. Pop out a cube whenever needed for cooking. Sharpen your knives with a mug. A ceramic mug can double as a knife sharpener in a pinch. Flip the mug upside down to expose the unglazed rim at the base. Hold the knife at a 15 to 20 degree angle and gently drag the blade across the rim, alternating sides. Repeat until the edge feels sharper. The ceramic's rough texture hones the blade effectively. Keep broccoli's freshness long with liquor. Did you know that small amounts of liquor can extend broccoli's freshness? Hard liquor like vodka inhibits bacteria growth on the stalks. Lightly dampen a paper towel with liquor and wrap it around the entire broccoli, ensuring both the florets and stems are covered. The antimicrobial properties of the liquor help slow spoilage and keep the vegetable crisp. Replace the paper towel every few days for optimal freshness. Store the wrapped broccoli in the refrigerator. Keep bread fresh with a celery stick. A celery stick can work wonders to keep bread soft and fresh. Place a stick of celery in the bread bag and seal it tightly. The bread absorbs moisture from the celery without altering its flavor. Leave it overnight, and the bread will regain its softness by morning. Replace the celery stick as needed to maintain freshness. Use flour when hand washing dishes. Flour can help remove stubborn grease when washing dishes by hand. Sprinkle a small amount of flour onto greasy pots or pans and rub it around with a sponge or cloth. The flour absorbs the grease, making it easier to rinse off. Follow up with dish soap and warm water for a thorough clean. Boil orange peels for a natural cleaner. Orange peels make an excellent base for a natural cleaner thanks to their citrus oils. Add fresh peels to a pot of water and bring to a boil, letting them simmer for 15 to 20 minutes. Strain the liquid and let it cool before transferring to a spray bottle. Use this citrus-infused cleaner for countertops, sinks, or floors. Its refreshing scent and grease-cutting properties make it an eco-friendly alternative to commercial cleaners. Add vinegar for extra cleaning power if desired. For more contents like this, click here to subscribe.